At Thanksgiving dinner, my sister stood up and announced, "We voted and you're not family anymore." Everyone cheered. I laughed softly and said, "Then I guess you won't need this." I placed a folder on the table. The moment she opened it, she started screaming. Claire rose from her seat with her wine glass raised, calling for everyone's attention before the meal even started. She'd rehearsed this moment. I could tell by the way she glanced at Mom for approval before clearing her throat. The family had taken a vote. I was officially out. No more holidays. Removed from the group chat. Done. My Aunt Rachel actually applauded. My cousin Mike raised his beer and said something about it being overdue. Mom nodded along like this was perfectly reasonable. Dad just kept carving the turkey, refusing to make eye contact. Claire rattled off my supposed crimes with confidence, always playing victim, constantly causing drama, being cruel about Mom's medical bills last year when she needed help most. I'd paid $14,000 directly to the hospital for those bills, but apparently my attitude while writing the check was the real problem. Out of curiosity, I said quietly, "What exactly did I do that was so terrible?" "You know what you did," Claire snapped, "always making everything about you." That's when I reached into my bag and pulled out the manila folder I'd prepared. Since I wasn't family anymore, they wouldn't need what was inside. I slid it across the table to Claire. She grabbed it with that victorious smile still plastered on her face, opened the cover, then every ounce of color drained from her skin. "What is this?" she whispered. "Why don't you share with everyone?" I said calmly. Her husband Dan snatched the folder from her trembling hands. His face went from confused to shocked to furious as he flipped through the pages. 5 years of documentation. Every dollar I'd given this family. Every lie Claire had told to get it. $67,000 in total transfers, all itemized with bank statements, text screenshots, and receipts. The evidence told the real story. $8,500 for Claire's student loans had actually funded a Cancun trip with her boyfriend. $11,000 for Mom's emergency surgery that insurance had already covered. $15,000 for Dad's business crisis that turned into a boat purchase. $6,000 for Rachel's eviction emergency that was really a furniture shopping spree. Dan reached page 8. The screenshots from the family group chat I wasn't supposed to see. Claire's messages were all there, calling me a doormat, bragging about how easy it was to manipulate me for money, planning to freeze me out if I ever refused, laughing about it with everyone in the family. Then Dan got to page 12. Hotel receipts from the Ritz in Miami. 4 nights, $900 per night, charged to his credit card. Booked under Claire's name and someone named Marcus Chen, her personal trainer. 8 months of an affair carefully hidden behind weekend trips to visit her supposedly sick college roommate. "Who the hell is Marcus?" Dan's voice was barely controlled. Claire couldn't form words. Mom tried stepping in. "Let's all just calm down and—" "No!" I cut her off. "We're way past calm." I pulled out the second envelope and placed it on the table. Dan opened it while Claire sat frozen. Inside were revocation forms I'd filed the day before. Power of attorney for Mom, canceled. Medical proxy, removed. Emergency contact, deleted. The joint account I'd maintained with $23,000 for family emergencies had been closed that morning. Every penny transferred to my personal account. The college fund I'd started for Rachel's kids was now locked in an actual education trust she couldn't touch. The business loan Claire had begged me to co-sign last month showed falsified income statements, hidden debts, and a credit score she'd invented. Federal fraud. Documented. Ready for authorities. I stood up and grabbed my coat. "You voted me out," I said. "Congratulations. You finally got what you wanted." Dan was still staring at the Miami receipts, his hands shaking. I pulled out my phone and played a recording. Claire's voice filled the dining room announcing my removal from the family. Crystal clear. Already sent to my lawyer that morning. "Good luck with the divorce, Dan," I said. "The affair photos are in the back." Mom found her voice. "Please, we can fix this. We're still family." I turned back one last time. "You wanted to vote me out of this family. I'm just making it legal. You don't get to keep the money and lose the son." I walked out, leaving them surrounded by cold turkey and colder truths. The first text came 3 hours later, then another, then desperate voicemails. Claire's fraud investigation turned out to be very real. Dan filed for divorce Monday morning. Mom needed that emergency fund on Tuesday for actual medical bills. It was gone. Now they all wanted to talk, to explain, to fix things. I didn't respond to any of them.